Welcome back to my channel, fans of love like this. This is season 1 episode 3 review titled Rebound. Before I proceed, if you are new here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Alright, in this episode, Tenny aka Mrs. Condom went to plead to Hurricane Nadia on behalf of Chidi aka Mr. Condom, who Tenny made reference to as a good man. But Hurricane Nadia, as feisty as she is, drove Tenny out of her residence. Sorry. Next scene, Abi receives a gift from an anonymous person with a note. She had a smile on her face while reading it. After she quickly opened the parcel and voila, it was bread and soya. Kamal actually sent her that gift. That's so thoughtful of him. Tenny walked in and she insisted that Abi still loves Kamal, but Abi was still trying to avoid or denying that. From the face of it, I knew Abi was still in love with her, Kamal, but she was worried about Nimi, who is still mourning their breakup. I am one of the people who believe that calling the wedding off was the right thing. Tenny said she would check on Nimi so that Abi can get a peace of mind to move on with her life. Then next scene, Nimi was still isolating himself from the world. He had a knock on his door and it was his friend Remy who dragged him out of the house finally so he can see some sunlight. Nimi, do you want to kill yourself on top of our Abi? Judging from what he was saying, I concluded that Nimi had already planned everything and there was no space for doubt in his head. But it didn't work out the way he thought it would. Fine, move on, Nimi. Do you remember Maka? Yes, Maka, the lady that was dating a guy 9 years older than her. I clearly see why Remy, who is her older boyfriend, is not ready to introduce her to his friend. Clearly, Maka, you are not responsible. Who quits their job to be doing challenges for TikTok and IG? And she even clearly said she still doesn't know what she wants to do. Girl, that's not being responsible. Who will want to introduce the girlfriend who still doesn't know what to do to his friends? Like, it doesn't make sense. Then next scene, Remy had a 1-year subscription gym package for Nimi, but he said he doesn't like working out. But finally, let's see how it goes. The next scene was actually my favorite scene of this episode. Wow, guys, I'm jumping on this ship with my full chest. Abi and Kamal. The guy is so nice. He's such a gentleman. Kamal is so gentle. I can see why Abi is like, the girl just likes the guy. With the way Abi was looking at him, everything, like you can see that she really likes him, and he was also taking his time with him. That's such a gentleman. And there was a part where he said the whole clip was on, like the internet people were talking about her. That part made me laugh. He was like a small boy, small baby talking to their mother. Then Mr. Condom, which is Chidi, told his friend he has started having feelings for Tenny. Tenny, Mrs. Condom. I'm like, oh my god, what would Hurricane Nadia do? Wow, this is going to be serious. Then when they were swimming, his friend cried. His friend didn't believe him. He thought like he's not serious, cause it's like he's more like a womanizer. Like, who would take a womanizer seriously? Then we see Hurricane Nadia walk to them. I'm like, oh my god, I hope we are not going to have another back and forth. But their episode or their scene ended there. Then we move on to the next scene where Maka moved to Remy's house. Like, she rather went to Remy's house instead of Halima. We thought she was going to Halima. Again, like she carried all her luggages. And I'm like, this girl is never moving. She's never moving. Like, she carried everything. Next scene, Abi. She can't move on without. Abi cannot move on without forgiveness from Nimi. She was telling Kamal. Then Tini went to see Nimi to check up on him. So Tini is also friends with Nimi apparently. So Nimi is angry that Tini picked side and not check up on him and asked about Abi. Then Tini said Abi is bold. Some of us are not bold enough to tell people we love someone else. Then Tini, who deserves someone to love, she had told Nimi that you deserve someone to love you and the end to the end. And Nimi almost kissed her, and I'm like, oh my god, Nimi, are you sure you really know what you want? Like, from all indication, Nimi was not also ready for the marriage. It was the best decision to call off the wedding, and Abi did that. What are your thoughts about this episode? Because Teni had to run away. She ran away fast. She couldn't believe it. Yes. So what are your thoughts about this episode? Do leave your comments down below. And I will see you in my next video. Stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.